Hello everyone, hope everyone is doing great tonight. Well, for me tonight, I had the amazing opportunity, thanks to some friends from WeLoveFilm.com, to go down to Hollywood and meet up with those friends from WeLoveFilm.com and see a brand new movie. It's an advanced screening of the brand new film, The Imitation Game, which is actually getting released in a few weeks. At the same time, I know it premiered at some film festivals. And I've had some mixed emotions about this film because I felt like I had seen this movie. When I saw the trailer, I felt like there was a movie called Enigma that came out about 14 years ago, and I don't remember too much about that movie, but I felt like, was this just going to be a rehash of that film? Because it looked like it was going to cover the same kind of material, and I'm okay with movies going over the same kind of material that other movies have done. It just all depends on, will it be the same thing? I don't want it to be the exact same thing, and I don't really remember what that movie, if I liked that movie or not. I think I liked that movie Enigma, but with this new film starring Benedict Cumberbatch, Keira Knightley, Mark Strong, Charles Dance, and Matthew Good, this movie looked like it was definitely going to be a lot different from that film. From at least what I remember that film was about. With this new film, Benedict Cumberbatch plays a man named Alan Turing. He lives in England. We get to know him in the late 1930s, early 1940s during World War II, when him and his team tried to crack the code of this code box that's created by the Germans called Enigma. And this whole story is them coming together. They're mathematicians, they're scientists, they're extremely smart people, smarter than a lot of people that I've ever met in my entire life. And they have to come together to try and crack this code. And Alan Turing, pretty much what the movie kind of tackles is his personality. The film also tackles what happened in his youth and in 1950. What's going on, but the main story is happening during World War II, and we get some narration from Benedict Cumberbatch as he's telling this story, and we get to know this main character, Alan Turing, and this group of people. We do get to know Keira Knightley's character and Matthew Good's character and many other characters in the film, but it's definitely the story. This is kind of a biopic of Alan Turing, and that's what I really liked. I had some expectations about this movie going in, but I didn't really know what to make of it. I've heard some good things about the film. I haven't heard any bad things about the film yet, but I've heard some amazing things about the film, so I did have some excitement. It was very hesitant, but some excitement for the film. And after watching it, seeing it tonight, this is a film that I believe is the front runner for Best Picture. I just have this honest feeling in my gut that this movie is going to be nominated for Best Picture, and from what I've seen this year so far, we still have a month and a half of movies. From what I've seen tonight, I think this is the front runner for Best Picture. I would love to be surprised, I would love to be shocked, but I would also be happy and excited if this film actually won Best Picture of 2014. But we'll have to see what happens next year when that happens. But Benedict Cumberbatch is amazing in this film. He plays a character that is extremely tortured with his life, and he doesn't feel like he belongs. He's just awkward. He's an awkward individual that is not a people. He's not a people person. He's a person that pretty much likes to be on his own, figure out his own things, and it's really rough for him to kind of have a team. And I like that dynamic that happens between the team and him, as he's truly wanting to be on his own, as he's trying to create this machine, and as the team is trying to figure out the codes, other ways, probably ways that have been done in the past. So there's a lot of interesting things that happen between these two groups of people. The movie looks great. It's directed and written by two individuals that I've never heard about in my entire life. I'm going to have to check them out on IMDb and see if I've actually seen some stuff that they've done in the past. But this is exceptional work. This is award-winning work. This is a movie that the Academy just loves and eats up. It's a film that if it doesn't win Best Picture, I know it's at least going to be nominated, and it's going to get showered with many other nominations, especially for Benedict Cumberbatch. And I think Keira Knightley's great in the film as well, but Benedict Cumberbatch, if he wins the Academy Award for Best Actor, I would not be saddened by that, even though I felt Michael Keaton is the front runner for winning Best Actor for Birdman. But it's a tough race. There's a lot. It's a really crowded race. There's a lot going on, and this is just one of the best films of the year. I like I like the film that it is. What I'm trying to say is that we do center on this one story in World War II, but I like that the film goes back and forth to see Alan's childhood, to see where he was in 1950, and the amazing accomplishments that he made that we pretty much all enjoy today. And see the film, you'll see it, stay to the end. You get to find out what actually happened to Alan Turing. I didn't know what happened to Alan Turing or what happened in his life, and I didn't really know much about him until tonight. I saw that movie Enigma years ago, and I don't know if that was even about Alan Turing. It was about something. It was about the war and Enigma and the code breaking and stuff like that. But I don't know. I think that might have been a totally different presentation about what was going on in this film. This is more interested in the man himself than the actual what actually happened. You know, what really makes a man, what is important in this character's life. How is he actually truly going to find himself in this world that doesn't really accept him? And it is a lot of stuff that's very timely, what's going on today. So I appreciate it. I think this is a movie that is timeless, even though it is centered in a certain time in England during World War II. There's a lot of amazing themes that are being talked about today that are very important. So I appreciate that. So I think it is definitely worthy of the Best Picture award because it just has so many different interesting themes that were important then, are important now, and are going to be important years from now. This is an incredible film, and I'm really glad I had the opportunity to see it early. I highly recommend you check out The Imitation Game. It is one of the best films of the year, and a top contender for Best Film of 2014. I'm still thinking of a lot of the movies I saw. I saw a great film at AFI a few days ago called Still Alice, which I highly recommend you see. The Imitation Game is definitely a top contender for Best Film. I'm going to have a huge decision to make in January when I figure out what are the best films of the year, but we've just gotten some amazing films in 2014. The Imitation Game is a great film. Alexander Duplass writes the score to this movie. It's an amazing score, and I can't wait to own the score. It really just captures the essence of what's going on in this film. Great cinematography. The movie is edited beautifully. Again, you know, I think it should be nominated for multiple awards. I especially like the editing because as we go back and forth throughout this story, I never really felt lost. I always felt connected to the story on a human level, on an emotional level. I cared about the characters. Alan Turing is a very difficult person to understand, to like. At times watching this movie, you come to understand him, you come to care about him, even though he's a person that may not be the most approachable. He's not a people person, but the filmmakers do a great job to help you to understand his situation, to care about him, to care about all the other characters that are introduced to this film. And I think everybody's great. Matthew Good is great. Charles Dance, Mark Strong, Keira Knightley is awesome. And I'd love to see her get nominated for an Academy Award. We'll have to see. But this is just a beautiful film that also examines World War II in a very different way that we normally get, where we're not on the battlefront. We're kind of behind the scenes and getting to know what happened in England during those times to hopefully stop the war. So, which did stop the war. Of course, we all know that World War II ended at some certain time. And this is just a great film that shows you what happened behind the scenes of World War II in England, and I absolutely love the film, and I highly recommend you see it. Whether you know about this story or not, this is a great film. I didn't know much about Enigma, even though I did see another film about it, but I felt like I learned something new for the very first time tonight, especially about famous war, World War II. One of my, one of the most fascinating wars that I ever remember learning about in my entire life. So, great film. Highly recommend you check out The Imitation Game. I'm going to give the film a solid 4 stars out of 4. Thank you so much for watching. Over a year ago, before I conclude my review, I never really set goals in my life. I really haven't ever set any kind of goal in my life because I felt like I never really could achieve those goals or really cared about the goal once I actually got started. But there's a goal that I actually set this year in January, and that was to see 225 movies in the theater, brand new movies in the theater, and review them on my YouTube channel. And welcome to my 225th review. The year's not over yet, so I hope to hit at least 250 before the end of the year. Again, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the viewership. Whether you watch one of my videos or watch them all, or you don't watch them all and you don't like me and you hit that dislike button or you hit that like button, I don't care. I appreciate your viewership. Appreciate it. And, you know, what did you think? Did you see this movie, The Imitation Game? Let me know in the comment box below. I'd really appreciate and want to hear what everybody's talking about, and I'm really excited to see this movie garnished with at least many nominations. And if it wins Best Picture, that would be awesome. I'm MovieManCHAD. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I'm also on Twitter and I'm on Facebook. And please go to WeLoveFilm.com and subscribe right here on YouTube to We Live Film. Also go to Long Beach Acting and Film Association right here on Facebook and Twitter. Please also go to MoviePile.com, and if you've enjoyed this video movie review, please click right here, subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. In the meantime, have a great day, a wonderful night, and a wonderful life, and I will talk to you at my next movie review. Bye everyone. Peace be with you, my friends.